It's Jobs Day. Employers added 201,000 jobs in August, and the unemployment rate remained at 3.9%. And long-awaited wage growth posted a recovery high hourly earnings rose 2.9% for the month. That is the biggest increase we have seen since June 2009. Very good news. But the auto industry lost 4,900 jobs. In Charleston, South Carolina, home of 60 automotive manufacturers and suppliers, thousands of skilled workers' jobs are all hinging on the success of global trade. President Trump is threatening 25% tariffs on cars coming from the EU. And NBC's Vaughn Hilliard is down there and joins me now from the port of South Carolina in my favorite city outside New York, Charleston. All right, Vaughn, I know you've been talking to the global head of Mercedes-Benz and the CEO of Charleston's Port Authority. What are their feelings about these potential tariffs? Because what's been interesting to me, as you've traveled the country, even though the tariffs may have hurt some farmers or manufacturers you've spoken to, they've said, let's see how it goes, because we do need improvements on trade.
Yeah, good morning, Stephanie. There's 66,000 South Carolinians employed by auto manufacturers here in South Carolina alone. And as President Trump continues those negotiations with China, with Mexico, with Canada, he's still holding the threat of additional tariffs over their heads. Not only is there the $200 billion in Chinese goods that could be tariffed after the public comment period closed yesterday, but there's also the potential of a 25% tariff on foreign auto imports here into the United States that could go on Mexico, on Canada, on China. $57 billion in auto exports came here from the United States alone last year. South Carolina, it's the highest exporting vehicle state in the country. We actually were just down the road just this week at a new Mercedes-Benz van plant that opened up here in Charleston, and caught up with the head of Mercedes-Benz van and asked him the very specific question of whether his company's vehicles imported into the United States, whether he considered them to be national security threats, as the president is ready to contend. This is what he told us.
We, in general, are for free trades.
Do you think that your auto products are a national security threat to the United States?
Not up to you to decide.
It's not my business. I'm not responsible for it.
What's your message to the White House?
Well, I think that only the President and the administration are uniquely qualified to assess the issues and to deal with those. And the tactics they choose, that's really up to them, as long as they drive a proper outcome. I think long term, any sustained effort at higher tariffs will be detrimental to the automotive industry in this country and in the world.
Stephanie, you heard that pause from the head of the Mercedes-Benz vans, because they're looking to hire 1,300 employees here. Volvo's looking to hire 4,000. A year ago, BMW announced that they're expanding their plant to hire an additional 1,000. But it's not just expansion. It's a matter of the employees that already exist here, because that 25% tariff would also go on the parts that are imported here to the country. And the reality is that most of the vehicles here made in the United States are still using foreign parts. So when the price of foreign parts goes up, the price to make the vehicle goes up, which increases the price of the vehicle, which decreases the demand here in South Carolina, which then ultimately in turns means that they need less South Carolinians employed by those auto manufacturer plants that are here in the United States. Stephanie?
Uh-oh, Vaughn. That explanation requires a lot more words than America First.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.